Welcome to episode 15 of Mastering AI/ML, Neural Networks, from Neuron to Network. Every major AI breakthrough, from ChatGPT to Sora, relies on the foundational architecture of a neural network. This program is brought to you by the Series of Thoughts team and Technovative AI. This episode matters because neural networks are the common thread and foundational layer for all state-of-the-art AI systems. We'll start with a single artificial neuron and layer them to build a full network, seeing the connection to modern architectures like CNNs, transformers, and LLMs. Today, we'll build four concepts: the artificial neuron, which is a single weighted nonlinear gate; layers and the network, stacking neurons for abstract representations; the forward pass, how data flows to a prediction; and learning via backprop, how weights update. The neural network is biologically inspired by the 86 billion neurons in the human brain that fire to produce thought. However, the artificial neuron is a dramatic simplification, and what truly matters is the underlying math, not the biology. We borrowed the idea of a receiving unit, a threshold concept, layered organization, and connections that strengthen with use. We did not borrow spikes, feedback loops, complex learning, or chemical processes. Modern AI focuses on functions, optimization, and representations. Let's dive into concept one, the artificial neuron, the single building block of every neural network. We will understand exactly what it computes. A single neuron receives inputs, multiplies them by learned weights, and adds a bias. It then squashes the result through a nonlinear activation function to produce an output. The power comes from combining millions of these units. Inputs are simply numbers, the raw features fed into the network, like pixel values or token embeddings. A single neuron can handle thousands of inputs, which are just numbers on a wire. The neuron computes with these numbers, but doesn't interpret their meaning. Weights are the learnable parameters. They control how much an input influences the neuron's output. Training is the process of adjusting these weights to produce the best output, like turning up or down the volume knobs on a mixing board. The bias term is an extra number added after the weighted sum. It acts as an offset, allowing the neuron to shift its output up or down, regardless of the inputs. Without it, the network's expressive power is severely limited. The activation function adds nonlinearity, a crucial step after computing the weighted sum plus bias. Without it, stacking layers simply results in one linear transformation. Nonlinearity allows deep networks to learn complex patterns and hierarchical abstractions. Three essential activation functions are sigmoid, ReLU, and softmax. Sigmoid outputs a probability between 0 and 1. ReLU outputs 0 if negative, or the input unchanged if positive, avoiding vanishing gradients. Softmax converts a vector to a probability distribution for multi-class outputs. ReLU dominates in modern deep learning due to its simplicity and effectiveness. It's 0 for negative input and unchanged for positive input. This simple kink introduces nonlinearity, trains faster, and bypasses the vanishing gradient problem, making it the default for hidden layers. Now for concept 2, layers and the network. While a single neuron is interesting, thousands of them arranged in layers are transformative. A full network arranges neurons into layers, an input layer receiving raw features, a hidden layer learning intermediate representations, and an output layer producing final predictions. Data flows from left to right, with every neuron connecting to every neuron in the next layer. The input layer receives your raw feature values and passes them forward. It doesn't compute anything. Each node corresponds to one feature, such as pixel values for images or token embeddings for text. This layer acts as the network's interface with the real world. Hidden layers are where the network learns internal representations. Earlier layers learn simple, local features, while later layers combine these into complex, abstract concepts. The depth of the network enables this powerful hierarchy of representations. The output layer's design depends on the task. Binary classification uses one node with a sigmoid for a probability between 0 and 1. Multi-class classification uses n nodes with softmax for class probabilities. Regression uses one node with no activation for a continuous number. Depth beats width for complex tasks. A wide, shallow network has limited abstraction, while a deep, narrow network excels at complex patterns. Depth is the killer feature of modern deep learning, enabling powerful hierarchical abstraction. The depth advantage comes from the compositional structure, where each layer recombines and abstracts what the previous layer learned. A single wide layer struggles to generalize, while deep networks achieve exponentially more efficient learning and better recognition. Now, let's explore concept 3, the forward pass. This is how data moves through the network to generate a prediction. Data enters on the left, and a prediction emerges on the right. The forward pass is mechanical. Input features are multiplied by weights, bias is added, and the activation function is applied. This repeats layer by layer. The forward pass is purely inference. No learning occurs here. Learning requires assessing the error of the output. As data moves through the network, neurons activate strongly or barely fire, like lights along a path. The pattern of activations across all neurons forms the network's internal representation of the input, enabling it to distinguish different objects or patterns. The loss function measures how wrong the network is by comparing the prediction to the true label, outputting a single number. Training aims to minimize this loss. Common functions include cross-entropy for classification and mean-squared error for regression. Imagine the network's performance as a hilly loss landscape. Training involves finding the lowest valley, which corresponds to minimal loss. Gradient descent is the algorithm that moves the network downhill, following the slope toward an optimal solution. Finally, we reach concept 4, backpropagation. This is how the network learns. Error flows backward, weights update, and this process repeats millions of times until the network is accurate. Backpropagation determines which weights were most responsible for the mistake. Weights contributing to the error are nudged to reduce it, while others are adjusted less. Repeating this process teaches the network to perform its task effectively. Gradient descent begins with random weights, performs a forward pass to predict, computes the loss, and then uses backpropagation to nudge the weights. This loop is repeated thousands to millions of times over the training data, steadily dropping the loss. The learning rate is critical. Too large, and the network overshoots. Too small, and training is extremely slow. A just right learning rate ensures the network descends steadily toward a minimum, resulting in reliable learning. Modern optimizers handle this automatically. A healthy training curve shows both training and validation loss decreasing together. If they diverge, the network is overfitting, meaning it is memorizing the training data instead of generalizing, a key challenge in deep learning. Let's look at what the layers actually learn. The depth of a network creates a powerful hierarchy of representations, from simple features to abstract concepts. This abstraction hierarchy, from edges to objects, was first visualized by Zeiler and Fergus in 2013. It proved that deep networks build a structured internal model of the visual world, not just memorized data. Overfitting is when a network memorizes the training data, performing poorly on new data. The best fixes are using more data or using regularization techniques like dropout, early stopping, or penalizing large weights. Generalization is the real goal. A model must perform well on data it has never seen. Everything in deep learning practice serves this objective, learning the underlying pattern, not the specific training examples. The core concepts we have covered form the foundation for all modern neural network architectures. Let's see how they connect to the technologies driving today's AI landscape. Convolutional neural networks, or CNNs, add spatial awareness using convolutional layers. They scan image patches with filters, making them translation invariant. Yet they still use the same fundamental building blocks: neurons, weights, and backpropagation. Transformers, the architecture behind large language models like ChatGPT, introduce a self-attention mechanism. This allows every token to look at every other token to build its representation, solving long-range dependency issues. The foundations remain the same. You now understand the artificial neuron, why nonlinearity is essential, the conceptual steps of the forward pass and backprop, the power of hierarchical representations, and the goal of generalization. You have the foundations of deep learning. Key takeaways. Every network uses one building block, a weighted sum through an activation function. Depth equals abstraction. Learning is minimizing loss via backprop, and all advanced architectures share this one foundation. Next, in episode 16, we'll zoom out to the practical question. Given a problem, which algorithm should you use? We'll provide a systematic framework for choosing between decision trees, boosting, and neural networks. Join us next time.